What's going on? It's your boy Will McCraven. Coming to you another video on this great day. Hopefully it's going well for you. Hopefully you remain positive. And speaking of positive, I just want to do something real short, crisp and sweet. But it may not be sweet for some. But this is something I say a lot. And I'm basically going to share it to the masses. Life is hard. Life is a press. It started when the day you were conceived, and it will be the same way when you take your last breath. It will be a press, a fight to the finish. And the reason why I say it was that way when you were conceived, because you beat out 1 million other of your siblings, possible siblings, or those coming from your father's loins when he procreated to form you in your mother. So this is where you should understand from day one that you are winning. And it was a fight to get here. You have to get this in your mind. You beat out 1 million other sperm that came from your father to get to that egg. So you would do an injustice to the 1 million that you beat out to get here to this earth, to come here and do nothing, to come here and just say, I don't want to do nothing, or I give up. That was the hardest thing, more or less, in your existence to do when you got here. Then you say, oh, I done went through a whole lot of stuff. But to think, you beat out 1 million people. You were racing 1 million individuals coming from your father. And you were the one who touched the egg. You were the one who incubated in the womb. However many months that you were in there, you incubated in that womb. You were fighting and tussling the whole, well, I won't say the whole time, some nights in your mother's womb. She was uncomfortable. You did that. You owe it to all those million that you beat out to continue to fight. Life is a press. Life is a fight. Regardless of how we want it to be peaches and cream, we are constantly fighting something in this life. And you start it that way. And sometimes, in some individuals who go through life, they're fighting to stay alive in the end. Or they're fighting to see certain things come to fruition, whether it be their kids, family members, or whatever visions, goals, or tasks that they were doing. A lot of people want to see that to the end, and it's a fight. And when you overcome those fights, those are what we call victories. You will have plenty of fights, you will have plenty of L's, and you will have plenty of victories in your life. This is something that you have to understand. This is something that you need to understand even in your relationships, because it started this way. Even when you got here, it was a press. Your mother more likely had to press and push to get you here. So you're going to fight. There's going to be a push. There's going to be something uncomfortable that is transpiring in your life. You have to understand this. Because if you don't understand this, you're going to continuously have issues. This is why I say I don't have as many issues, because I understand this. Like, oh, something didn't go well. Something didn't go right. All right. Let me dial back. Why is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. My whole existence. It's a press. It's a push. It's a fight. Okay. There's going to be opposition coming. Why? Because perfection is formed that way. And that's how perfection is formed. That's how maturity happens. So you have to understand this. If things are not going the way you want them to go, understand that perfection is trying to manifest in your life. Because if even in pregnancy, if something goes wrong, I can't remember what's the numbers, but if everything in your eyes don't line up in that process, you'll end up being blind. Things have to go right. There are so many things that in the birthing process that has to line up. And it's just a whole process. And anytime that it becomes off, there are defects that transpire. And in some cases, it has to be terminated. But you made it here. You made it here. That in itself is the number one victory of your life. Therefore, you need to continue fighting. It is not the time to lay down and want to die. And there are plenty of people who have gone through this life that have laid down and died or taken themselves out. That is not the way that you should go. That is not what you should do. You have to understand, life is a fight. Life is a press. Life is a push. And you have to push through certain things. It's, man, I can't say it no simpler than that. Your mother pushed you out to get here. You have to continue to push. And if you're a woman, you end up pushing another child out as you were pushed out. So understand that you can actually make it. If you beat 1 million sperm to get here, there is no reason why you can't make it. Just think about, if you live in a city with 1 million people and ask yourself this, do you know all those 1 million people? Do a little perspective. This is why I always talk about perspective and evaluation. Do you know 1 million people in your city? Yet and still, you beat 1 million to get to this earth. There is no reason why you can't make it in life. And there is no reason why you can't be rooted and grounded to make sure that you keep winning. You have to keep winning. And if you're not in that state of mind, you're going to do yourself a disservice. With that being said, I hope this right here really adds an element to you to actually start thinking and evaluating and finding yourself not being in downtrodden moments. Like I always say, fix your face, fix your spirit, because it's very important. Taper yourself. And with that, it's your boy Will My Craven. Hit that like, subscribe. I'm about.